But what happens if someone watches porn? They get bored with watching like 19-year-olds, and after some years, it's more exciting, there's a greater buzz to have a 15-year-old. And do you know what happens when by the time you're 30, you don't want 15-year-olds anymore. You want 12-year-olds. By the time you're 40, you're looking at primary school girls being abused. Is this what you want in your life? Is this the progression that you want? Is this the training you want? It's not natural. You're oversaturating one area of your life. We eat too much, it's unhealthy. We drive too fast, we have more chance of having an accident. We oversaturate our sexual desires. It will spoil ourselves, our future relationships, our children, and our nation. And it's the girls that suffer the most through this human trafficking. In a party, one guy gets you in the corner, say you're a girl, and starts to abuse you, you scream. How about if that happens every day for the rest of your life? Every night, one guy that you don't like comes up to you and starts abusing you, touching you inappropriately, and trying to kiss you when you're not interested. How about if they go all the way and actually rape you? Say 10 guys do that. Say it happens every day. That's what's happening to these girls that are abducted. Ashwani Kumar, the former head of CBI, gave a conservative estimate of how often this is happening. And he said 2 lakhs under 18 girls are abducted every year in India for Indian brothels. And UNICEF, the United Nations for Children, and World Health Organization have said that many times more than this number are abducted for the brothels internationally. The World Health Organization said India is the #1 easy target to abduct young girls. I'm a foreigner, but I can't bear the thoughts that the daughters of India are being abducted en masse, and that they will be gang raped every night for the rest of their lives until they die of AIDS. And primarily it's being fueled because of porn. People that watch porn, they want younger and younger girls. Then what happens? They can't get that age of a girl for a girlfriend. So if they want to actually try it out with a girl, which is what it leads to, most guys say watching porn affects their sexual appetites and behavior. And they're watching young girls and then they want to try it out with a young girl. And so they'll go to the brothel and demand a trafficked girl so they can do anything with her. So they want a trafficked girl so they can have her screaming and torture her while they're doing it. And they want a trafficked girl because these are the only ones that are under 18. I have a friend who works for Project Rescue India, and he's rescued 1,400 young girls from prostitution. And he risks his life, and there are many now, amazing NGOs. The president of Rescue, he used to be teaching in the colleges like this. He said, now I have to do action, I've got to do something about it. So he's leaving Rescue and he's joining an organisation which goes into the brothels and finds out any children. They don't actually use the prostitutes, but they sort of act around, and then they go back in with the police and they get the pimps. They go after the men and the women that are selling these little innocent girls' bodies and making money out of it. And as they go in and, we need more and more people that are going to give their life to rescuing girls in this way. But what I want to do is break the roots of this human trafficking. Because when guys watch it, they desire younger girls, they want to try it out. When they go to the brothels and demand a younger girl, the brothels have learned today that if they have younger and younger girls, they'll have more business. My friend that works for Project Rescue India, he said 20 years ago or 15 years ago, it was one young girl in a brothel. He said now it's almost 50% that are under 18. There is such a demand. Even though they charge so much more for younger girls, still there's such a demand there. And 10 crore child porn clips are watched every day by young guys in India. 20 million guys in India are watching this. Even if a small fraction want to try it out, that's a massive number. Demanding young prostitutes, increasing this what's going on. In the next video, we want to look at how this is going on, how they are capturing and forcing these girls and training them, and I hope that the reality of seeing how watching child porn and teen porn affects young girls will cause you to decide, I'm not going to watch pornography anymore. So many sad parents around the world whose daughter has disappeared. She didn't run off with her lover. What happened was she was abducted, and they find out afterwards that their daughter is being forced to make pornography. Their daughter is being forced to be a prostitute. Many of these guys become policemen, and they go out hunting after these pimps and human traffickers. I want to talk about how girls in India today are being captured. And if you're a young lady, you're going to learn this shouldn't happen to you. 1 in 200 girls are trafficked in India. So if there's 1,000 girls in your college, this is happening statistically to 5 of them, but should not ever happen to anyone. We mentioned earlier that this is not a small issue anymore. About 1,000 girls from each state each month this is happening to. You see, you should be careful about meeting someone on social media and then trusting them and going off with them to McDonald's. See, a guy will be a predator. He may be more handsome than any of your other boyfriends, and he will say, come, let's go to a coffee day. And 2 times he's building up your confidence, and then he'll say, let's go to Chennai for the day, or Uti. And you're never seen again. Halfway to Uti, you went into this village house and you said, what is this place? And he said, no, it's okay. You get inside the door and there's 2 men guarding the door. As soon as you go inside, they close the door. His face instantly changes. He goes up to the table and gets his 5 lakhs for delivering you to this place where they break girls and make them into forced prostitutes. You've just become a prostitute against your will. You will never see your mum again. You will never see your dad again or go to college again. You have been kidnapped in present day slavery. This should not happen to you. Follow your heart. Don't trust everyone. There's a voice in our conscience, perhaps from God, that tells us the truth.